If you have ever been poor, this $3 meal should make you mad. So y'all see that the government done brought back the food pyramid from the dead. Because keep in mind, the government had been retired that eons ago and was taking a different, more comprehensive approach. But RFK done brought it back, then flipped it upside down, right? So now the Department of Agriculture, Secretary of Agriculture specifically, says, you know, we've put all of these scenarios into a system and we worked them all out. And we think we've found the perfect way that Americans can eat for $3 a meal. A family, you can feed them on $3 a meal. And I was like, okay. So they say you get a whole piece of chicken. Now I'm assuming a drumstick because we said $3, right? A little broccoli and a couple of corn tortillas. Now they also say we get one more mystery item because we're truly blessed. Now when I heard it, I said, Americans, I hope they sleep easy tonight, knowing that rich people can eat some steak and throw the rest of it away while you're struggling to figure out how to feed your family on $3 a meal. And when little Johnny's hair starts to get brittle and his teeth start acting funny, don't worry. It's not from lack of nutrients. It's from lack of patriotism. Because see, you can tell by what the government has said, they've never been poor before. Because if you've been poor, you know that's not a good struggle meal. So I'm going to ask y'all, if you had to make a meal for $3, a $3 struggle meal in today's economy, what would it be? Because clearly the government doesn't know. If you had to figure out a struggle meal that you could eat or feed your family on $3 a day, what would it be?
So Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins has a solution for high grocery prices. We should all just eat less. She actually said that we could spend less on groceries if we just found some cheaper, smaller meals. So she said that we can get a meal for like $3 that consists of chicken and broccoli and something else. She doesn't say what that something else is, but that's her solution for people who are spending hundreds of dollars more for their groceries because everything's up. So just tell your kids to eat less. They could just cut back. Like you don't have to have 3 meals a day. Maybe you could just, have maybe breakfast and maybe lunch and skip dinner, or on the weekends switch that around. That would save you money. We're getting a little bit like North Korea now. You're not hungry. No, you're not. You think you're hungry. You're not hungry.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you my nice Trump USDA approved meal. It's really a healthy, balanced diet and very affordable according to the USDA and Donald Trump. So here we have our piece of chicken that has been marinated. We have a piece of broccoli. Now, I splurged for this one. This is a flour tortilla. They said that it should be a corn tortilla. I did splurge for flour. I prefer flour. And then actually this was the other one. You can see this, something else. That is what else should be on the plate, something else. So I guess we'll just dive in and we'll see how this is. The official 2026 Donald Trump administration meal. Okay, here we go. Here's my chicken. That piece of chicken was really good. I'm excited to try the broccoli next, and maybe I'll try something else. I'll let you know how the rest of the meal is.
It can cost around $3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing.
Pearl Clutch, I'm shopping for my bargain meal right now. And here's the head of broccoli, and that's $3.49. And now I'm over at the tortillas, and for 20 of them, that's $4.79. And they're the tiny ones. Now I'm over at the chicken, and it's $12.84 for 3 chicken breasts. See this? $12.84 for those 3 chicken breasts. Now I'm getting my 4th item, and it's the whiskey, and that's $37.99 for that bottle.
So we end this video right here because apparently now the solution to America's grocery crisis is not better wages, it's not lower prices, not accountability from corporations, but a $3 meal, or better yet, Americans should simply eat less. That's the suggestion that reportedly came from the Department of Agriculture, and the internet did not take that lightly. And honestly, Can you blame them? People are already skipping meals. Families are already choosing between groceries and gas, between rent and food, between medicine and dinner. And now the response to rising grocery cost is to reduce portions, to normalize survival eating instead of living. Eating, to make hunger sound like financial discipline. My goodness, this is why so many Americans feel insulted, not because they are unwilling to budget, not because they are lazy, but because the people in charge keep offering solutions that ignore reality. A $3 meal sound reasonable on paper, but in real life that meal doesn't come with nutrition, balance, or dignity. It comes with sacrifice, stress, and constant calculations. And the bigger question is, was this truly a suggestion, or is this the new standard being quietly introduced? Because when leadership starts speaking in survival language instead of solution language, it's sending a message that says, we don't plan on fixing this, we plan on teaching you how to endure it. Social media has been on fire since this came out. Americans are asking, how did we go from the American dream to portion control economies? Yeah, how did we go from abundance to rational style advice in one of the richest countries in the world? And I want to be very clear here. This is not about mocking budgeting. Budgeting is necessary, but budgeting should be a choice, not a requirement for survival. Budgeting should be about saving for goals, not cutting meals just to make it through the week. When people hear $3 meal, they don't hear financial wisdom. They hear detachment. They hear leadership that doesn't grocery shop in the same stores they shop in, leadership that doesn't stand in the same checkout lines, leadership that doesn't feel that same anxiety when the total rings up higher than expected. And that is why this conversation has touched a nerve. Because instead of addressing corporate price hikes, supply chain manipulation, wage stagnation, and inflation pressure, the responsibility once again gets placed on the consumer. Eat less, spend less, expect less, adjust your life downward while everything else continues upward. And yet people are still expected to smile through it. That's a big no. I personally don't know whether this was meant as a helpful suggestion or a genuine reflection of how Americans are now expected to live. But what I do know is that it reveals something more about where that country is headed towards. When a nation begins to normalize smaller portions instead of bigger opportunities, that is not progress, guys. That is adjustments to decline. And this is why so many Americans are speaking out, not just about groceries, but about the entire system, because groceries are not the problem alone. They are the symptom, okay? The symptom of a system that keeps demanding more while giving less. So I'll leave you with this question. Is this is the solution really for people to eat less, or is the solution for leadership to do more? Because hunger should never be a financial strategy, and surviving should never be sold as success. If you're watching this and you're feeling frustrated, you're not alone. If you're watching this and you're tired of pretending this is normal, you're not crazy. If you're watching this and wondering how people can keep adjusting before something finally changes, you're asking the right question. So I want to know what you think. Do you believe this $3 meal idea is realistic? Do you see it as a practical advice or as an insult to everyday Americans? Do you think this is a temporary suggestion or a quiet signal of the future? Go ahead, drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's talk about it respectfully, honestly, and openly, because these conversations matter. And as always, thank you so much for watching, for listening, and thank you for thinking. Until next time, please subscribe to this channel if it's your first time to be on this channel, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Stay peaceful.